welcome to this video. I'm going to take you into the Become the Center of Your Horse's Universe course, and we're going to take a look at some of the confidence building things that we did during the clinic, and I'll give you guys a couple little tips when it comes to building confidence with you and your horse. It's definitely one of the things that I specialize in, training my horses for extreme cowboy and trail, and taking my off-the-track thoroughbreds and the wild Mustangs and turning them into confident horses that are able to handle a bunch of different tasks. So it's definitely possible, and I'm going to share a couple of tips of how you do it.
So the first example that we're going to take a look at is this young horse Diesel that's new to his owner that was pretty scared of the checkerboard. So we're going to kind of show you a little bit about how she worked through that with him to help him be able to become more confident. So first off, what you notice is that she kind of picks a point of or a direction of how to cross the checkerboard, and then she's going to stay very patient and very focused on this is the direction that we're going. So you can see the horse is doing a lot of looking from side to side. He's kind of saying, you know, why can't we just go around this board? And the important thing is that the owner is not scolding the horse or getting the horse in trouble for having those thoughts. She's just politely correcting him by keeping his nose straight to kind of say this is what we want to do. And then when he does make an effort to actually touch it, she's offering him a reward. So one of the things we know about horses is that if you just make them do this and make them do that, and you do this to them and you do that to them, they can get very stressed out and they can get very worried. Because imagine yourself in those shoes where somebody's just kind of forcing you to do this, that, and the other thing. Whereas when you turn it into an opportunity to earn rewards, the horse can actually become a more willing participant and realizes oh, you're not actually trying to just feed me to this death checkerboard. You are giving me opportunities to earn. So you can see she's giving him little bits of praise when he tries, and otherwise is just keeping him straight and saying please try. So we're using a lot of patience here because the horse is scared. And if you watched my other video on the 4 reasons why a horse says no and how to respond to each, this is a horse that's scared, and so we're waiting and we're being really patient. But one of the things that I think is really important is that people are so quick to give up and change tactics. And so this is a really good example of an owner being very patient with their horse and saying no, you can do this. This is a reasonable task. It's nothing that you're going to fall off of or hurt yourself on. It's simply just a colored board, and you understand the cues to go forward, and this is a reasonable task for you to figure out at this point in time. So she's just being patient with him and trying to put those things together. So a lot of people by now would have tried circling or would have tried other things, but there's a lot of value in just being patient and kind of waiting it out. So it wouldn't be wrong to have somebody come over, help you from the ground, or to get off your horse if you weren't sure how they were going to react, but the horse isn't doing anything dangerous. And often when you use this technique, the horse doesn't resort to dangerous behavior because you're not really being aggravating, so they don't really feel the need to act like that. And if you can wait it out until they do it, the upside will be that the next time you go to do something that they're unsure about, they're going to be more quick to believe you. It won't take as long because of taking the time now. And this is a horse that's new to her, so he's kind of questioning. So here you can see he kind of pulls past her a little bit. She thought that maybe he was going to try, but really he said, look, I can sneak through this tiny little gap. So instead of letting him walk a circle, she just backs him up politely to the position to restart. And that helps the horse understand that she's making a correction and she's not rewarding him. So if you're familiar with, there are different types of rewards, and one of them is letting your horse walk on a loose rein or letting them have some rest. And so if you constantly walk circles to reapproach things, then what happens is your horse can think that they're actually being rewarded for that. So here he actually puts his little feet on the checkerboard and he walks across with his front legs. So that was cookie worthy. And then he builds up and he becomes significantly more confident. And to help him realize that this is a happy place to be, he gets some cookies for being on the board. And then you can realize how much trust that they've built in the process rather than if she was being assertive with him. So here's a different example where we were using Wacky Wavy Armband, and you can start on the ground if you want to. And what I tell people is that start on the ground if you're not sure how your horse is going to react and you're not sure that you can ride it, and then go ahead and get on your horse, because I would rather you start on the ground and work up to being in the saddle than if you start in the saddle and maybe your riding isn't quite there and you end up falling off or something because your horse zigs and you didn't zig with them. Then that's better. So here you're going to see a little clip from the Become the Center of Your Horse's Universe clinic. Everybody's kind of working at their own speed and their own distance. Some people are on the ground, some people are in the saddle, and we're playing different games. So in the course we go over the different games you can do for confidence, and we play all of the different ones. And we go over the different options for helping your horse. But one of the options is never to follow another horse, and that's because we want horses to know that humans can help horses gain confidence. So you'll notice nobody's following each other through this. They're working at their own speed, but ultimately the horse is listening to the human. So I hope you guys learned something, and I want to thank you guys for watching.